Born under a blood-red moon, Queen Alora's destiny was written in the stars, a fate intertwined with the ancient prophecies of her land. From the moment she took her first breath, the kingdom knew she was no ordinary child. The omens were clear, and the elders whispered of a queen who would rise from the ashes of turmoil to lead her people with an iron will and a heart of gold. Queen Alora was never destined for a life of embroidery and courtly dances. Her path was one of strength and resilience, a journey that would see her transform from a young girl into a formidable leader. While other children played with dolls, Alora's toys were the tools of war, her playground the training grounds of the castle. Her cradle, not of silken sheets but cold steel, it was a symbol of the life she was to lead, a life where comfort was a luxury and strength a necessity. The cold iron bars of her cradle were a constant reminder of the harsh realities of her world, a world where only the strong survived. Her lullaby, not gentle melodies, but the clash of swords in the training yard. The sounds of battle were the music of her childhood, each clash and clang a note in the symphony of her upbringing. It was in this crucible of conflict that Alora's spirit was forged, her resolve tempered by the fires of adversity. King Eldred, a warrior himself, saw in his daughter a spirit as untamed as the wild sea. He recognized the fire in her eyes, a reflection of his own indomitable will. Eldred knew that Alora was destined for greatness, and he was determined to prepare her for the challenges that lay ahead. He nurtured her strength, honed her skills. Under his watchful eye, Alora learned the art of combat, mastering the sword and shield with a grace and precision that belied her years. Eldred's training was rigorous, but it was driven by love and a desire to see his daughter succeed. He taught her to wield a sword before she could walk, instilling in her the principles of honor and duty. Alora's earliest memories were of her father's lessons, his voice guiding her through the complexities of battle and leadership. These lessons would become the foundation of her reign, shaping her into the queen she was destined to be, to command respect before she could speak. Even as a child, Alora possessed a presence that commanded attention. Her peers and elders alike recognized her potential, and she quickly earned their respect through her actions and decisions. Alora's innate leadership qualities were evident from a young age, setting her apart from those around her. Alora thrived on the battlefield, her courage burning brighter than any torch. She led her troops with a fierce determination, her bravery inspiring those who fought alongside her. Each victory on the battlefield was a testament to her skill and leadership, solidifying her reputation as a warrior queen, her spirit a beacon of hope for her people. In times of darkness and despair, Alora's unwavering resolve was a source of inspiration for her subjects. She embodied the qualities of a true leader, her actions and decisions guided by a deep sense of responsibility and compassion for her people. They called her the Lionheart, a name whispered with reverence and awe. The tales of her bravery and wisdom spread far and wide, earning her the respect and admiration of allies and enemies alike. Alora's legacy as the Lionheart was built on her unwavering commitment to her kingdom and her people, but peace, a fragile dove, never lasted long in their lands. The kingdom was constantly beset by threats from within and without, and Alora knew that vigilance was the price of peace. She worked tirelessly to maintain stability, her efforts a delicate balance between diplomacy and strength. When Eldred fell to a traitor's blade, Alora's world shattered. The loss of her father was a devastating blow, but it also marked the beginning of a new chapter in her life. With the weight of the crown now fully upon her, Alora faced the daunting task of leading her kingdom through its darkest hour. The weight of the crown, heavy with grief and responsibility, settled upon her young brow. Alora's journey was far from over, and the challenges she faced would test her in ways she had never imagined. But with the spirit of the Lionheart and the legacy of her father guiding her, Alora was determined to rise above the trials and lead her people to a brighter future. The whispers started subtly. Doubts, like venomous snakes, slithered through the court. Could a young queen, barely a woman, rule a kingdom on the brink of war? The neighbouring King Rorik, a ruthless tyrant, saw an opportunity in their grief. He coveted their fertile lands, their strategic ports. His army, a tide of darkness, began to gather at the border. Rorik underestimated Alora. He saw only a girl, not the fire that raged within her. Alora knew her kingdom's survival rested on her shoulders. She would not let her father's sacrifice be in vain. She would fight, she would lead, she would become the shield that protected her people. Her advisors, seasoned men with fear clouding their judgment, urged caution. They spoke of treaties, of concessions. Alora silenced them with a look. Some battles could not be won with ink and parchment alone. Some battles demanded steel and fire. The crimson banner of the Lionheart unfurled, its vibrant red fabric catching the wind, a symbol of defiance and hope. It stood tall against the darkening sky, a beacon of resilience in the face of impending doom. The storm clouds gathered ominously, casting long shadows over the battlefield. Yet the crimson banner remained a splash of defiance against the encroaching darkness, a stark contrast to the bleak horizon. Men and women, inspired by their queen's unwavering resolve, flocked to her banner. Farmers became soldiers, blacksmiths sharpened swords, and the once peaceful village transformed into a bustling hub of preparation. The air was filled with the sounds of hammers striking anvils, the clinking of armor, and the murmurs of prayers. Mothers, with hearts heavy with worry, prayed fervently for their children's safe return. Their whispered prayers mingled with the sounds of preparation, a poignant reminder of the stakes at hand. Alora rode at the front, her armor gleaming like a beacon of hope. She spoke of courage, of unity, and of the unyielding spirit that resided within each of them. Her presence was a source of strength, her words a rallying cry that echoed through the ranks. Her words, sharp and strong, cut through the fear that threatened to consume them. She reminded them of their shared history, their shared struggles, and the shared future they were fighting for. Her voice carried over the crowd, instilling a sense of purpose and determination. Each soldier, each villager felt a renewed sense of duty and honor. She knew she was outnumbered, outmaneuvered. The enemy forces were vast, their resources seemingly endless. But Alora had something they did not, the unwavering loyalty and fierce determination of her people. She also knew the terrain, the secrets whispered by the wind through the valleys. Every hill, every stream, every shadow was an ally in her fight. The wind, a constant companion, carried with it the stories of the land. It whispered strategies, revealed hidden paths, and offered solace in moments of doubt. She would use every advantage, every whisper, every shadow to her advantage. The land itself seemed to rise in support of her cause. The shadows, often seen as harbingers of fear, became her allies. They provided cover, allowed for surprise attacks, and shielded her forces from the enemy's gaze. The first clash was brutal, a chaotic dance of steel and screams. The battlefield was a whirlwind of motion, each swing of a sword, each clash of shields a testament to their resolve. Amidst the chaos, Alora fought with the ferocity of a lioness protecting her cubs. Her movements were precise, her strikes deadly. She was a force of nature, unstoppable and unyielding, each swing of her sword a testament to her father's teachings, to her unwavering commitment to her people. She fought not just for victory, but for the future of her kingdom. Her father's lessons echoed in her mind, guiding her hand, strengthening her resolve. Every parry, every thrust was a tribute to his wisdom and her dedication. Alora's unwavering determination was a beacon for her people. They drew strength from her, their queen, their warrior, their hope. Together they stood against the darkness, united and unbreakable. The siege of Whispering Stones became a grueling test of will. The ancient fortress, with its towering walls and storied past, stood as a symbol of resilience and defiance. It was a place where legends were born, and now it faced its greatest challenge. Rorik's forces, vast and relentless, surrounded the ancient fortress. His army, a sea of determined warriors, stretched as far as the eye could see. They were well equipped, their banners fluttering in the wind, a testament to their unwavering resolve. Days bled into weeks, hope dwindling with each passing hour. The defenders watched as the seasons changed. The once lush landscape, now a barren wasteland. Time seemed to stand still, each moment a reminder of their dire situation. Food ran low, the injured overflowed the healers' tents. The once plentiful stores were now nearly empty, and the healers worked tirelessly, their hands stained with the blood of the wounded. The air was thick with the scent of desperation and decay. Still, Alora refused to yield. The Queen, with her unbreakable spirit and fierce determination, stood as a beacon of hope. Her presence alone was enough to inspire those around her, a living testament to the strength of the human spirit. She moved among her people, a beacon of unwavering strength. Her words, though few, carried the weight of 1,000 promises. She was their leader, their protector, and she would not abandon them in their time of need. She bandaged wounds, shared her dwindling rations, offered words of encouragement whispered through cracked lips. Each act of kindness, each gesture of compassion was a reminder that they were not alone in their struggle. One night, under the pale light of the moon, Alora climbed the highest tower. The cold wind bit at her skin, but she stood firm, her eyes scanning the horizon. She needed to see, to understand the full scope of their predicament. Below she saw the flickering campfires of the enemy, heard the mournful cries of their war horns. The sight was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a stark reminder of the formidable force they faced. Despair threatened to consume her, the weight of her responsibilities, the fear of failure, it all pressed down on her like a suffocating shroud. But she could not afford to falter, not now, not ever. But then she looked up at the vast expanse of the night sky. The stars, countless and eternal, seemed to whisper secrets of hope and resilience. They reminded her of the countless generations that had come before, each facing their own trials and tribulations. The same stars that shone down on her kingdom shone down on her enemies. It was a humbling realization, a reminder that they were all part of a larger tapestry, each thread interwoven with the others. The same moon that bathed her city in its silver light illuminated a path through the forest, a path she had discovered as a child. It was a path that held the promise of escape, of salvation, if only they had the courage to take it. A risky path, a dangerous path, but a possible path to salvation. It was fraught with peril, but it was also their only hope. Alora knew that the time had come to make a choice, to take a leap of faith and to lead her people to safety.